All right, just a second, guys. Still getting everything set up here. You'll have to tell me about the quality. Are we on? I think we're on. Yes, and I need to have my phone up too. Hey, everybody, is this working? Hey, Colin, can you hear me? Just making sure. I'm pretty new to all this, so I'm going to be looking back and forth at the chat as we go. You're going to have to tell me volume-wise how we're doing. Hello, hello. All right, we'll move this. Perfect. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Hey guys, how you doing? I have it set to, let's see, no delay added, but as you know, with live streaming, there's a little bit of a delay. So what I see is before what you see, just a little, and the chat might be a tiny bit behind. The point of today, what is the point of today? Well, I suck at Halo Reach, so we're going to actually start with Firefight just because I can at least get used to this again. Used to play this game all the time with my dad growing up, and I don't know if I'm just going to suck balls now or be decent. So we'll see. Just trying to hang out, answer some questions. What kind of questions we got here? Whoa, this is a fast chat. My voice volume is perfect. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Do I think that Arkham Legacy might happen? That is from Amber. Amber, I still do. I still do think that it will happen, but I'm very skeptical about defending the game at this point because I feel a little responsible for, and a lot of you pointed this out to me, like, it's not my responsibility, but I feel a little responsible for hyping the ever-loving crap out of the game and really thinking that it was going to happen and be announced at the VGA, and it wasn't, and I'm pretty disappointed. Here's my problem. Roger Craig Smith, WB Games Montreal, all the things they're tweeting, even if we ignored Sabi completely, because I understand some people are annoyed about her, and we ignored like other sources, even though I have talked to Slick Moth personally, and I think he is a credible guy. Shout out to Slick Moth here in the chat. He is awesome. You should check out his stuff. Even if we ignored all these people, I really don't think it makes any sense for them to be tweeting this stuff out on Twitter. And even what Kevin Conroy said, he came out and said, yeah, I'm not in the new Batman game. I'm disappointed. Like, why would he say that if there's nothing? I mean, even Kevin's trolling us now. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. If I suck, I'm looking back and forth between chat and playing, trying to get used to this. So let's see. Tell me if the game volume's terrible, by the way. I have it quiet because I don't want to get hit with a copyright on the music. I can't mute it, and I don't know if I need to turn it up. I definitely will. So let's run up here, answer something. Who is your favorite Bat family member? Other than Batman, Jason Todd, for sure. Love him. I think he had a little bit better direction when he was a villain, like Under the Red Hood, but I still love him post Under the Red Hood, like New 52, Rebirth. I think he's great. I love his interactions with the characters. I think they kind of botched the whole thing with Starfire, like she was kind of weird with that, but him and Roy Harper together are fantastic, and I really love him. Oh, we've got a super chat. So if we get super chats, first off, I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much. You're helping the channel a lot. I will definitely answer these first. If Venom was a Batman villain, how different would he be, basically, is the question. Here's the thing. I don't actually know, because Venom is so tied into Spider-Man, and it's hard to say in that regard, because Venom's identity was so hinged on Spider-Man and who Spider-Man is, but with the crappy yet super, super fun Tom Hardy Venom movie, you can kind of see that there is an identity beyond that. I think if you kind of went in that direction, maybe you went more the route of Ultimate. Like, I love that storyline where it's actually that Venom is, what was it? It was like Peter Parker's father was trying to cure cancer, and the Venom symbiote was like created to act as a cure to like heal people and strengthen them and like make those who have physical disabilities like able to actually function. I think you could go a direction like that and sort of just have him be an anti-hero. Like there's plenty of those in the Batman canon already. It would just depend how you want to take that. All right, so what else do we have here? Who's my favorite Batman villain? Can I just say other than Joker? Because I think Joker's the best written. Probably Bane, when some writer doesn't come along who just thinks he's a mindless adult. When he's written as an actually super intelligent character, Bane, for sure. Like, I have my issues with Dark Knight Rises, but that version of Bane is basically, that or Origins Bane is what I want to see. Do I think Joker is overused? Yeah, I do. I really do. And it upsets me because he is my favorite for sure, but I think that there's too much of a push to make him the only thing that matters. Also, guys, I'm going to ask you real quick, what do you think about the volume of the game compared to my chat, or compared to me talking right now? Is it okay? I'm just kind of waiting on that response for a second, since this is a little ahead of where you guys are at. In the meantime, I will hum a little bit of Bat Phone. Bat Phone. Still working on that. Can we get Arkham Origins on PS4? Oh, I need to make this bigger so I can actually see it better. There we go. Now I can see chat. What is my favorite Batman movie? I'll answer that while I wait for all of you to tell me about the volume. My favorite Batman movie is definitely live action Batman. Let me do that, just a tad to say, but I really didn't like Jared Leto in that role, like at all. If you want to see Jared Leto in a good role, I think he's a great villain in Blade Runner 2049. So it's not that he can't act, it's just that it was a disappointing performance from him because of his lines. I don't even think it was him. I just think they wrote a really bad script, and he had to deal with that, essentially. Alright, let's take out this Hunter, and then I'll look here again at chat. Kind of going back and forth here. Do you watch MHA? Are you talking about My Hero Academia? I haven't. I know people keep telling me to watch it, and I have not watched any anime in a few years. I would like to get back into it. The last time I watched it a lot, I kind of had a bad experience, and it's not anime's fault, but I had a girlfriend who was like cringily into it, like weeboo levels of like just insanity, and she was very, I hate the term emotionally abusive, but like she was pretty like an emotionally abusive person, like very controlling and very like, do all these favors for me and I won't do anything for you and stuff, and that was the main thing we would do together, is watch anime. So it kind of like got a bit of a bad association with me in my head that I need to get over. I will tell you, Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorites of all time. One of my favorite shows, Brotherhood. Incredible. I actually have been looking to buy it on the Right Stuff anime store, the really expensive Blu-ray box sets. Okay, I feel like I'm doing a bad job keeping up with chat here, so I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go back and forth. And we have all these elites here. Okay, let's pause this for just 5 seconds to answer some questions. What's my favorite Spider-Man actor? Tom Holland, second, Tobey Maguire. Can we get Arkham Origins on PS4? I don't think I answered that. I think I brought it up and then forgot. I would love to see that. I would just like a PC port from it, like 4K, 1080p, anywhere in there, I think would be a lot better than the one that we have on 360. Who's my favorite live-action Joker? I guess I would go with Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, either of them. Favorite Batman animated show? I mean, Batman the Animated Series, and then I suppose Batman Beyond? Batman Beyond is incredible. way ahead of its time, super depressing. I am surprised they could even show that thing to children, actually, in a lot of ways. Have I checked out Durarara? No, I haven't. I've seen the manga at bookstores a lot, and there's a lot of pretty ladies in that I've seen, especially that girl with the blonde hair, so that's a selling point for me just right there. I mean, I have, I've got my interests aligned. Maybe we could get a Return to Arkham Origins. If it's done well, yeah, Return to Arkham is kind of a bit of a letdown. I don't know how many of you guys have played that. And you can watch the Let's Play of it on the channel at some point if you want. But it doesn't perform well. Like, Arkham Asylum worked fine. So I'll give them that. They did a good job with Asylum. The female character models look terrible in the remaster. Like, they look really ugly and awful compared to what they used to look like. And the guys look sort of like dolls. Like, it's just weird. But if you ignore that, the game runs fine. City is a whole nother beast. Like, it looks a little better, and it runs terribly. If you watch the Let's Play, I played it back when I had only a normal PS4, not a Pro, and the frame dips are insane. The game doesn't run right. It has glitches in it. It was just disappointing, and I think they need to put more effort in. Like, we live in an age where it should not be hard to remaster anything really anymore, especially something like that, because you can just make I don't know why I lost points for that. You can just make like a PC port. Like, just take the PC port, and I know it takes work, I'm simplifying it, but take the PC port, bring it to console. That's it. Like, you're taking games from 6 years ago on PC, and you're moving them to consoles that are more like PCs than ever in the history of console gaming. It should not be that impossible to do. So, I don't know. That was disappointing to me, but I don't even want that. Is Batman Arkham Knight the worst Arkham game? Probably. Yeah, I mean, I still love it. It had the most issues to me. I think everybody sort of agrees City's the best. I think. I overplayed City, so that kind of hurt my opinion on it for a long time, which was my fault. And Asylum really stands on its own as just a short experience that is just amazing, but City, like, expands on it in almost every way positively. Then it just sort of started a bad trend, though, that bigger was better. They went into Origins with that, and it's plagued with bugs. If you were to fix all the bugs in Origins, I think it would be on par with Arkham City, honestly, in terms of quality. Because I think storyline-wise it is. And then I think Knight has probably the worst story and the worst game there, but, like, I still think it's really good. Like, it's better than most. Is there one thing that you want to change from the Arkham games that doesn't affect the story? I feel like it's a cop-out, but the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, I think, was just way overused. And I think that there's a little bit too much in some of the games of, like, the track down this thing and press A to smash it and then move on. I suppose that would be it, but that's a bit of a nitpick. What question? What question am I not answering? I'm doing my best. I'm going back and forth. I'm the only one here. You found it to be slightly better than Origins? Yeah, that's fair. I think people sort of swap those two around in terms of what they like better is Origins and Knight. But I guess it sort of depends on what you're there for, too. Because, like, presentation-wise, like, Knight is amazing. Like, I don't think... Is anyone, like, looking at Arkham Knight and they're like, this is an ugly game, I don't like this game because of how it looks, or, like, because of how it presents, and the voice acting, everything in it's great. It's just when you start, dissecting that story that it breaks down a little bit. And it relies really heavily on retcons, like, really heavily. Whatever happened to the Cock Bandit? That is a good question, Jack. He is actually in hiding currently. After the exposure that we gave him on the Arkham City Let's Play, I think that he really sort of had to crack down on his behavior. I think, obviously we live in a social media age. We have, like, people are always watching You know, if Bill Cosby can't get away with anything, neither can the Bandit. So I think that basically he had to go underground for now. Guys, if you don't know who the Bandit is, which is probably 99% of people, watch the Arkham City Let's Play. It's really cringy, but I think it's pretty funny. Oh, we had some pop out there. My ideal Batman movie or trilogy cinematic universe. I suppose one that follows Batman Year One. Not just Frank Miller, because divisive guy, but one that sort of follows like the Year One idea. Batman starting out and he sucks like at the beginning, and works its way up to master detective, insane combat strategist Batman. Work your way through the Robin. So, you know, multi-movies, work through Dick Grayson for a couple movies, leaves, work through Jason Todd, dies, work through Tim Drake. I don't really care if you get to Damian or not. Just something like that. I mean, I think there's too much of this. My thing with the Nolanverse, and I love it, but there's way too much trying to explain why he's not as Batman. Like, oh, he has bad knees. Oh, he got hurt from this fall, even though it's probably just because Heath Ledger passed away and we don't know what to do with this character. Oh, you know, like, he has to deal with this now. Oh, he had his back broken, but now he's fine. I mean, there's just too much trying to explain what's going on versus just doing it, I guess, and I don't know if that makes any sense. But rationalization, and people weren't really looking for the rationalization, I don't think. And I don't know. It wasn't meant to be a comic continuity, I guess. And then, you know, the Dark Knight Returns-ish version of Batman from BVS, there was way too much trying to skip to the end of a story. You could have corrupted Batman over time, I think, and it would have worked better. Like, you can't just start with corrupted Batman and expect everybody to be okay with it. A lot of people were resistant to that, and I don't think that worked out well. So if this Robert Pattinson Batman movie follows the comics, like I'm thinking it will, and they have talked about maybe from leaks, which are maybe unreliable, going with the blue and gray Batsuit, that would be great. What's my thought on Joaquin Phoenix's take as Joker? He's not the comic Joker, but I didn't want him to be. I think for what he is, he's fantastic. I think that he works as a socially broken individual that's like broken down by the people around him and how he's treated by people. Oh, that was a waste. Oh no, never mind, it wasn't. And I think that it's hard, because, like, he's not the Joker, but he is that Joker. I think, on its own, it's great. I'm really, really worried that they're going to ruin that with a sequel. Honestly. Because, what are you going to do? Like, what's your sequel going to be? Part of the charm of Joker, and I'm not going to spoil the movie in case you haven't seen it, part of the charm of Joker is that you don't know what is and is not real. And, like, that's all I'll say about that. And if you get rid of that element by creating a sequel, it's like you've lost a huge portion of what made it so special, I think. You guys, if you hear it sound like I'm farting, I'm on my gaming chair and I keep leaning over and it's making a leather noise. I'm not sick to my stomach today. Immediately as Fartmaster 2011 adds me as a friend. Guys, if you can refrain from adding me as a friend during the stream, since I didn't turn that off, that'd be awesome, but, you know, I can't stop you. Would I prefer an Arkham Origins sequel or an Arkham Knight sequel? Do people really not like Arkham Knight's ending? You can answer that for me, because I've noticed a lot of people complained about the Nightfall Protocol stuff. I think it ended fine. Like, I'm fine with where that stopped, but I'm okay with going back there. I think there's a lot of years, like, in this canon that can be explored that haven't been yet. I don't know, don't you guys? Like, think about it. So we have Origins, we have Asylum. Oh yeah, obviously Blackgate, which I never talk about. Oh, did I just get stuck? No, I didn't. We have Origins, Blackgate, Asylum, City, Night, and some of the canon comics. Like, but there's a lot in there that we can deal with, and a lot of characters we haven't really seen. And we just don't talk about it or go there. I think that's disappointing. Also, I'm trying not to answer the same, like, questions from just the same people over and over, but I don't really have time to look at names that much, so I'll try to shout out some names if you want, but I'm back and forth too much. Very amateur hour here. Ending's too vague, that's fair. What do I think of the recent Snyder Cut news? Which Snyder Cut news are we talking about? Are we talking about that he said the director's cut exists? I think it's awesome. I think it would take a lot of money to finish that movie, and with how divisive Zack Snyder is, I'm starting to wonder if it's worth it to the company. Like, I think it's a good faith move, and even if you don't like him, like, it's not going to hurt you if they make it. So I think they might as well, but for every person I see wanting the Snyder Cut, it's like there's backlash to people who want the Snyder Cut. So I don't know how the company would feel about that, like Warner Brothers, or if they even notice or care. I don't know. I still want to see it. Like, I want to see what it was, because it's disappointing that, like, we got Avengers Light instead of a real Justice League movie. At least I think it is. But butt or chest is how I'm gonna read that. Both. All of the above. What are my thoughts on Brave and the Bold? It's a little too campy for me, but I enjoy it still, I guess. I mean, like, I can enjoy that Adam West style of Batman, but he's not my favorite. I prefer Dark Batman, and I probably always will. What do I think is better, Arkham City or Asylum? City for free roaming in the world and playability, like replayability, like after the game. Asylum for the story. I seriously do think Asylum's story and atmosphere is better. Lots of claustrophobia. I appreciate that. Very focused. You'd watch the Snyder Cut if they released it? I think a lot of people would. Like, even the people who are complaining about them maybe doing it, like, why would you do this? It's like, bro, you'll be, like, one of the first people, though, to watch it. Like, if they do it, because, like, you care enough to talk about it. It just seems like people do care. Stripe asked if I can write his English paper for him. I do actually have an English degree, for those of you who don't know. But I don't really use it, so I'm probably out of practice. Probably out of practice for writing. Also, are we at the point, should I switch well, wait, what am I saying? Should I switch firefight maps, or should I stay on Unearthed, or should I play multiplayer? If I play multiplayer, I feel like I'm going to be scattered answering questions, but I'll try. Can I make a 5 Things Injustice video? Yes, it is in the works, but I don't know when it'll be done. So, a little channel preview. I am putting up the 5 Things Infamous did wrong tomorrow. I know a lot of you haven't played Infamous, but I would really appreciate it if you checked it out and supported it, because why can't I make this jump? Because a lot of work went into it, and they are some really underrated superhero games. After that, I believe I already have the audio recorded for 5 Things Right and Wrong of the original Star Wars Battlefront, so that should be the next one. Then maybe I'll put up a poll, like, on what you want to see next. Well, we can pick through, like, Injustice 1, maybe some other Batman game or something like that, like Telltale Season 2. I don't know, some stuff like that I'll put up. Do I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare delivered? For people who bought it, yeah, seems like it did. I didn't buy Modern Warfare. I will, but I haven't really cared, honestly. Like, the only time I go back to COD right now is to play some Blackout occasionally, or to play Zombies. I really didn't like the last few games multiplayer that much. And the last game where I loved the story was actually Advanced Warfare. Unpopular opinion. And I suppose it puts it in a different light with all the Kevin Spacey stuff. It's probably not a game they like to remember too much now, but I thought it was fun. Well, what would my reaction be if Selena Kyle became Batwoman? or oh, I'm sorry, Batgirl. Is there any precedent for that? I mean, if it's written well, I'm always for a change up of a character. I really like the Selena Kyle romance with Catwoman and Batman. I just think that there's too much will they, won't they. And it seems like nobody liked Tom King's take on that, but I still need to read it, so maybe I will be different in that regard. It's 23:25 in Iceland right now. Well, that is late. I'm sorry. I am sorry. It is 5:26 p.m. U.S. Central Time right now. Okay, we're pausing it again for a second. Tell me if you want me to switch to a different map or a different mode. Do I think a Superman game is ever going to happen by 2020? No, not by 2020, I do not. Lex Luthor should be main villain. Yeah, he probably should. 5 things COD Advanced Warfare did right. Does anyone here care about Call of Duty, though? Like, I mean, I'm sure a few people do, but out of, like, 10,000 subscribers, and it's not a complaint, like, I can never fully gauge what everyone's interested in. I know Batman, but, guys, I sometimes need a break from it. Like, I can't just be an Arkham channel, so, like, that's why I do all these other games, too, while focusing on Arkham. But I never know, you know, so that's why I want to start doing the polls, even though I guess the community tab annoys some people. Sorry. Do I think there will be an Arkham game focused on a villain's point of view? No. And I'm not just going to leave it there. The reason I don't think so is because I really do think that WB and Rocksteady and all these companies like look first and foremost at what sells. I think the closest thing we could see to that is a Joker game, but it would have to be really strong and rated M. And I don't know if there's a demand for that or not. But maybe there is. There was a demand for a movie. Do I think Joker should come back in the next game but as a side mission? If it's between Origins and Asylum, sure, but not otherwise. Am I a fan of Sekiro and Bloodborne? Haven't played Sekiro, love Bloodborne. It's one of the best exclusives ever made. I would really like to donate, but I'm on my mom's account. You're the best, and you should have 1,000 mil. Well, Amber, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want anyone to donate money to Super Chat or to Patreon or anything like that if they can't afford it or if they are younger or anything like that. Your viewership means the most to me. Everything else is secondary to that. I appreciate it, though. That's very nice. You should do things that did right and wrong for the Halo games. Again, I definitely would consider that for sure. I would probably gauge some community interest. And you guys point out to me, too, like, I should do, you know, like, obviously I need to check interest, but I need to make things I want to make. And I agree with you completely. The only reason that I will often check and see, you know, hey, what's everybody interested in is because of how dumb YouTube is in terms of, like, the way it's set up. So if I upload things and, like, they have way lower viewership and way lower engagement and stuff, it's like I get recommended to less people, then we get less new people in the community, and it's just obnoxious. So it's kind of like a balancing act of, like, what do I love? What does everybody love? Where's the crossover? Because it's like, the older I get, the more stuff I love. I'm like, oh, I could do 5 things right and wrong about 007 games. I could do them about Halo, Call of Duty. I could do them about all the Injustices, all the Spider-Man games. And it's like, I don't know if that's just me because, like, I'm a boomer and I just love everything now, or if it's something that everyone wants to see. My thoughts on PS5. I am impressed with the supposed tech specs of both that and the new Xbox, and I hope that they turn out as good as they're looking. I hope. What is my least favorite Batman villain? Penguin? I think he's underused. They don't do anything with him other than, oh, he's a bad guy. What music have I been listening to recently? Well, I've been rewatching, I feel like I've mentioned James Bond 10 times this live stream. I have been watching through the Bond movies again. So, like, a lot of that, like the intro Bond themes I've been listening to a lot. I recently got done, like, sort of binging the Dark Souls 1 soundtrack. Get out of here. What else have I been listening to? Oh yeah, Post Malone released this like really good couple of songs with Ozzy Osbourne. Loved that. Been listening to both of those. I think Under the Graveyard and Take What You Want. Incredible. Post does good work. I don't get how anyone can not like Post Malone, unless you just hate like the rap pop fusion, I suppose. Why am I okay. Am I going to do a face reveal eventually? What is my favorite design of Poison Ivy in the Arkham games? Night. I think she looks best in Night. Actually, I think most people look best in Night, to be honest. They look pretty bad in Asylum. Well, they look bad in the remaster of Asylum. Unless I'm getting an itch in my throat. Sorry, guys. Need a drink. Have I played Deadpool? It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I have. Just a little, though. I haven't played the whole thing. I'm going to end this, and I'm going to go to multiplayer, actually, because I'm getting a little tired of this map. Superhero video game I'm looking forward to. I can't think of that many that are coming out right now. What are some of them that are coming out? Batman versus Deathstroke in an old-fashioned fist fight. I think Batman. I mean, Batman's been shown over and over again to not really need his gadgets in order to basically wipe the floor with pretty much anyone. Okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of... I don't know if I'd be good at SWAT or not. Asset denial, let's get rid of that. Flag and bomb, let's get rid of that. Let's try Halo Reach. I need to shut these off. 2, 2, 4. Play. Did I go into 2v2? No, I want 4v4. There we go. You didn't like Ivy's look in Arkham Knight? Yeah, I'm noticing some people don't, but I really enjoy it. Do I like the Batman and Robin movie? It's god-awful. Like, it's terrible. I hate it. I really hate it. I tried to like it, but I can't. I'm sorry. Alright, let's move my computer over a little bit so I can see these better. My bad eyes. Will I play Infamous 2? Like, do you mean like, Let's Play? As far as Let's Plays, I'm kind of backing off on them because they just don't do well. I don't think a lot of people are interested in them, but I'm thinking about doing like a second channel for Let's Plays, like a J Let's Play channel of some kind. I don't know yet, but I will do a 5 Things Right and Wrong on it, just not yet, and I would love to play through some games like that on a Let's Play channel. Do I think a Spider-Man PS4 sequel will have co-op? No. I doubt it. I mean, we haven't gotten that in years in Batman, so it's hard for me to believe that we'll get it in... It's hard for me to believe that we'll get it in Spider-Man. Also, I'm probably going to be terrible at the multiplayer in this, so sorry. And I might be a little spotty in answering questions, so... Definitely asking for your patience on that one. Oh, who's over here? Oh, dang it. Okay. Where is Two-Face on my favorite Batman villains list? If he's done well, Merv, right? Yeah, if he's done well, he's definitely up there, near the top. If he's done poorly, like just a crappy, insane guy, very low. What do I think Rocksteady's next game will be? I wouldn't be surprised if they are working on our superhero project. I don't know what it would be, though. I think they said that they weren't working on a Superman game, but it just seems like they go back and forth in terms of what they're even working on. Like, what are these companies making right now? Them and WB Games of Montreal. We haven't seen anything from in a while. I don't really get, not like how they're allowed to not make anything, but I don't get how it seems like... I just don't know what they work on sometimes, like, where they are, because I love their games, and I'm like, where'd you guys go for years? Max Stoney, have you played Uncharted before? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. And that is another unpopular opinion of mine. Wow, I'm doing bad. Wish I had the chat like over to my left so I could see it better. I really enjoyed Uncharted 1. But my issue with Uncharted is I really do think that it's... Oh, nice, we traded. I really do think that Uncharted is sort of like a discount Indiana Jones, like Nathan Drake's character. I just don't love him. And as they went on, they got much more set PC, and I cared less and less because of that. So, I don't know. That's just me. I think I liked what Naughty Dog was working on better for Jak and Daxter versus Uncharted, personally. Felt like more of a game versus a movie. Oh, we got a super chat here from Mr. Vernon. Thank you so much. Hey, Jay, who do you think are the top 5 martial artists in DC? Oh, that's hard. Well, Jason didn't used to be. I don't know if I'm going to go in order here. So Batman obviously is one of them. I would go with him. Probably Ra's al Ghul. The problem is I'm a little limited in who I know because I don't know every character. So I'm going to say Batman, Ra's. I'm going to say New 52, Jason, actually, because he was trained by the All Cast and a lot of... Like, he sort of went on his own Bruce Wayne-style pilgrimage, like, later on, and essentially became a much better fighter. So not only did he study under Batman, but he studied under some of the most deadly warriors to ever exist. Oh. Oh, well, that was a poor decision. So what did I do? 3 there? You know, actually, Superman's a pretty insane martial artist, but everyone who writes him forgets that. Like, he was trained in, like, different martial arts, and he was trained in, what do you call it, like, psychic protection and all kinds of stuff in order to become, like, a better fighter and not have vulnerabilities, so he would maybe be one of them. I don't know who the 5th one would be, though. I feel like I'm dropping the ball on that question. Alright. Let's move.
The leader.
Alright, in just a second here, I will scroll back up. Come on, Tommy. Oh. Alright, 1 second here. I'm gonna scroll up in chat, make sure I didn't miss any super chats or anything. I don't think I did. Okay, awesome. Lady Shiva is up there? Yeah, actually, you know what? She would be. That's a good point. Have I seen any of the John Wick movies? John Wick is one of my favorite franchises to come out in the last probably 10, 15 years. I love the whole trilogy. When they said they were going to keep making them, like, and Keanu Reeves was down to keep making them, I can't tell you how excited I was. Like, I think I've kind of gotten on a pedestal once in a while about talking about how franchises need to stop. Like, you don't have anything more to do with this, just stop. And John Wick is not one of those. Like, I really don't want that to stop. Just like I wish we could keep seeing, like, the Craig Bond movies just indefinitely for a while. I really hope we don't stop seeing John Wick movies with Keanu Reeves. And is anyone excited for the Matrix movie? Because I am. I definitely am. Alright. Would I consider Daredevil to be the Batman of Marvel? Kind of. I guess I consider Moon Knight to be more of the Batman of Marvel, but he's the Batman of Marvel that no one cares about, whereas Daredevil's the Batman of Marvel that people actually give a crap about. Sorry, Moon Knight. John Wick versus Batman. People gonna get mad if I say probably John Wick? He'd probably... Well, I mean, in terms of, like, what has better stories, Batman has a ton. In terms of, like, who's... would win in a fight, maybe John Wick. I mean, it seems like he's designed off of the same ideas, except he uses guns. So it's like, imagine Batman, but he killed people. Okay, you have John Wick. Like, I don't really know how normal Batman fights that. I suppose he's able to beat the Batman who laughs still, but he usually gets help on team-ups with that one. Oh boy, my teammates are going to be mad that I'm hiding in the back answering questions. Okay, can I get to this guy with a sword? Hello! Ooh. Alright. 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 Someone said sorry. I don't know what you're sorry for, but that's okay. Spaghetti Man said yummy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I get that all the time. Top 5 Marvel villains. Carnage. Green Goblin. The Void. Sentry and the Void. I mean, that counts as one, I would say. Magneto. And, I get to the 5th one, guys, and I just drop the ball, and I can't think of who I want. Every time. Ooh, can I get up here? Nope, they're gone. 5th one. I'm trying to think of a 5th one. Venom doesn't count. Oh, hello. Somebody come up with a 5th one for me. How Deathstroke stands in Batman's Rogue Gallery. One of the most impressive, probably one of the least used for some reason. He gets his own comics and he doesn't go up against Batman very often for some reason. I don't totally get it. Dang it. Can you play with me? Well, you can try to get into just the lobby if you want to. I mean, I'm just on Master Chief Collection playing a rotation for, I mean, I guess you guys saw what I picked, but essentially if you end up in here, sure. You know, here's the thing though, guys. I was thinking about doing this for a community thing. What would you think about playing Arkham Origins together maybe next week or the week after on 360? It's backwards compatible now on Xbox One, and I would love to play some of that multiplayer, and I would love to eventually make a 5 things the multiplayer did right and wrong, but I can't get players, so let me know what you think. Whatever happened to my podcast? It'll come back. T is super busy. T is married now. They're not having a kid yet. I'm not saying that, but I would not be surprised if within the next year and a half here they do. Like, he has his own life going on and he works full time. So it's kind of hard to always arrange that. And the other thing is just the viewership. Like, I don't want to say everything comes back to that. It doesn't. I'm doing a live stream right now with 50 people, so, and it's fun. Like, I don't want to make it seem like that's all I care about. It's not. But, like, for the amount of time that goes into it, sometimes it's easier for me to just take that time, put it into editing, like, a fully finished product that I know you guys are going to like more. And I don't feel like I can do that with the live stream right now. I feel like I don't have the time. So it's hard for me to do that consistently. I'm going to try to do it more, though. I think Iron Man's more rich than Batman, by the way, Amber. Rank the Arkham games. You guys always ask me to do this. In terms of my personal enjoyment, I think I enjoy Asylum most, then City, then Origins, then Night. In terms of story itself, I would say probably City, Origins, Asylum, Night. And then in terms of gameplay, I would say Night, City, Origins, Asylum. I'm not including Blackgate in those, because I just don't think it's really fair. Ooh, ranked up. My thoughts on PS5, I already said those. I think that it looks very impressive, but I don't know if they'll deliver or not. I think Sony's in a much better spot in terms of their exclusives than Xbox has been for a while. I mean, I just play my Xbox to play Halo. I don't know if that's really a good spot to be in for a game console, in my opinion. My opinion on Resident Evil games, I love them. I feel like I'm the only person in the world who enjoyed RE6 even, actually. Didn't play 7 yet. Haven't played the remakes. I would like to. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing 5 Things Right or Wrong, or them showing up on a Let's Play channel. Let me know what you think about the Let's Play channel idea. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate it. Guys, if I sound off, I have to turn back and forth to look at the chat. Thoughts on the Fallout series? Love it to death. New Vegas might be my favorite video game ever made. Honestly. More than Arkham. Deathstroke versus Red Hood in a fight. pre-Flashpoint Deathstroke, post-Flashpoint with all cast training, I think it's much more of a tie. Maybe Red Hood, maybe Deathstroke. That's hard for me to say. Colin, what game is Blackgate? Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. It is a spin-off canon game that takes place sort of alongside Batman Arkham Origins, like in Blackgate Penitentiary. Also, my throat hurts, so sorry for the noises. It's a side-scroller. Maybe you guys will remember it. It was handheld, and then it was ported to 360 and PC. But I don't really bring it up in the Arkham series because no one remembers it, and I never beat it, honestly. I've only played some of it, so. Pizza Slice, I saw you ask about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movie or Tobey Maguire's movie more. I like Tobey's. I think he has a lot more charm. I think that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is just too douchey. But I like him as an actor. It's weird because I don't like the idea of, like, Spider-Man is cool. Like, he's not cool. Spider-Man's not cool. Like, Spidey is, kind of, but he's also a cringe lord. And then you have, Toby. You have Peter, and Peter's not cool at all. He never was meant to be. He's not a skater. He's not, like, a misanthrope, misunderstood guy who, like, would get the hottest girl in school and stuff. That's just not him. Like, he's not a cool guy. United Thrive, is Bigfoot real? Yes, he is. You can find him in Red Dead 1. Scorpion versus Deathstroke. Scorpion? Matanui, I haven't finished it. I'm assuming you mean Blackgate. Yeah, a lot of people didn't. Why have we never gotten a good comic accurate Batman? Well, that's a hard question to answer for me. I think that up until, 10 years ago, where superheroes, I mean, they sold movies, but the general public wasn't open to comic books. Like, they were a niche nerd, like, oh, the fat kid goes and he reads comic books, or like, oh, all those virgins hanging out at the comic book stores. Like, that was, like, the general population's idea of it. I mean, guys, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm in my 20s, and I know I'm older than a lot of you and younger than some of you. I was picked on in elementary and high school and middle school for liking the stuff that we all like, that's now popular. Like, the same people who picked on me were the same people first in line to go see, like, Avengers Infinity War. Like, that's how much things have changed. And I think that it's hard for a company to get down with, like, the comic accurate idea of Batman when it's harder for a mass consuming audience to buy. So it's the same idea, like, I can make a product, I can know it appeals to 10 million people, or I can know it appeals to 5 million people and hope it appeals to the other 5. They were in that position before where they didn't want to take the chance. And when have companies ever been taking risks? Like, in the last even 15 years of entertainment, everything's a reboot, everything's playing it safe. There's really nothing to a lot of Hollywood right now, and there hasn't been for a while, so. Problem with the Blackgate map was it was confusing. Yeah, it was. Jordan Mitchell. Oh, okay, I read that. Galas trying to find a key card. Andrew was in the movie The Social Network. Yes. Jack Pierre. Hey, Jay, I'm happy for you on the success on YouTube. This guy not see me? Well, thank you very much. I'm trying to read that. You were here when I had very few subscribers. Thank you. Raging hard earlier, trying to get Slade in Origins. Have I played Dishonored 1 or 2? I'm trying to remember. I think I watched a friend play Dishonored 1. Looked really fun. There's so much I have to go back to. I'm at this weird point with games, right? Where, like, I love playing games, but I do so much of it for the channel that a lot of times when I have time to just play something on my own that would have nothing to do with something I'd post, I just watch a movie. because it's like, oh, I played 5 hours of Arkham today. Yeah, I'm good. You know, or like, oh, I don't know, played something else for a long time today for 5 Things Right and Wrong. Like I played 8 hours of Infamous. Yeah, I think I'm done. So it's hard to get back through the backlog, kind of. Jason, what do you think about a possible reveal of a Rocksteady developed Superman game? I think it'd be awesome if they do it well. What is my take on the Nightfall Protocol ending? I guess I sort of touched on this a little bit earlier. I liked it just fine. I wish there was more built up to it. I wish that they had gotten more into Azrael taking the cowl. I think a lot of people want Dick to take the cowl now, but I really don't think that fits, like, at all. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't think Dick wants that. So I'm kind of left with, like, well, who was it at the end? Was it Bruce? Did he fake his own death, or was it someone else? And what was going on there? I suppose if there was a better explanation to that execution, I would like it more than I did. Jay, I should live stream Resident Evil 2 remake. I would love to. I would love to if people are interested in it. But it might end up on the Let's Play channel if I do that. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Maybe live streams will stay here on the main channel, and Let's Plays will show up over there. Like, split up? I don't know. I can't remember if Catwoman was arrested and put into Blackgate or if she was there. I can't remember either. I don't remember that much about Blackgate, honestly. Oh, I got a kill.
5 minutes remaining.
I hope this gameplay is not just absolutely painful for you guys, because I'm not good anymore. Donovan, hey Jay, you have a really awesome channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I actually do really appreciate it. I can't believe all the support you guys have given me. I do want to say, by the way, while we're between matches here, like, thank you so much. I said it in the community post the other day. Not everyone sees those, obviously, compared to a video. But it does mean the world to me. Like, this was always one of my dreams, was to do YouTube and actually make something of it, and you guys are making that happen. So it means so much, and I really appreciate it. And I hate, like, being an e-beggar at all, but another way to support the channel, if you ever are in a position where you want to, is the Patreon, which is up, and that helps so much. Everything helps, guys. Even just down to deciding not to skip an ad helps me a lot, because then I don't have to take as many hours at work, because I work other jobs, and I can put more time into the channel. Mr. Vernon, another super chat. Thank you so much. I tried to become a patron, but I haven't done it before, so I don't know how to do it. I'll just super chat. Well, hey, anything helps. I appreciate it. If you ever do have an interest in the Patreon, it's definitely up there. It's kind of weird. You essentially opt in, and you can select a tier, and you pay a certain amount each month. The lowest one I have is $1. Like, that, even that helps from anybody, but essentially, like, there's the $1 tier, which is a helper. There's no perks to that, but it's just you're helping me keep the channel going and helping a lot with it. Then there is there's like a butler tier. I themed them after Batman. Then there's like some other ones that are fun that I don't expect anyone to actually do because they're pretty crazy. But there's different perks and stuff, shout outs and videos, stuff like that. Max Stoney, do you like COD? I love COD. I love old COD. I sort of fell off after Advanced Warfare. I hate Black Ops 3's multiplayer, but I love the zombies. Oh, apparently I idled, even though I was post-game. Oh, I don't want to do big team battle, do I? Let's just do 4v4. Shut those off. I don't like how it redoes these. Action sack? Well, maybe we could try that. Let's set these up. Donovan, hey Jay, do you think Hugo Strange would have been a good Batman? I think he would have been a terrible Batman, but I think it would have been really cool to actually see him in the suit like the comics showed in Arkham City. I was kind of sad we didn't see that, actually. Bit of a letdown. Movie Blocks Productions, AK, is Cyclops your favorite X-Men? He's not actually. It's actually Wolverine. And I know that's overdone, but he's my favorite. Cyclops is just awesome for his goggles, and I liked movie Cyclops. Cyclops in the comics is kind of a dick, but I really liked movie Cyclops, and I like his goggles, and I've been in like a profession where I'm not really supposed to have an online presence like this, so essentially that's why I went with that, with like actually having the goggles. It sort of like conceals my face. Once we get closer, I'm thinking like 30 to 50,000. I would like to do a face reveal and actually start showing my face more. Maybe I'll do it before that, but I'm trying to get to a point where the channel is self-sufficient and I don't have to rely on one of my other jobs, where technically I am not supposed to be streaming and doing stuff like that, as dumb as that is. All right, what do we got here? Griff ball. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Okay. Matanui, I heard from a video that the bot that detects idle players is very sensitive. It must be. It must be, because I looked away for like 10 seconds and we were in a post-game lobby. Ever think of doing a Halo games Let's Play if I make a second channel? Yeah, I'd love to. There's weird music stuff with these, though, guys. Like, that's one of the reasons I have this quieter, too, is because I really think... Oh, man, I'm sucking. I really think that it's annoying because, like, what they will do is they will have these songs get auto-flagged by the YouTube copyright system, and that's fine. You know, like, it's your property. Like, I think that what we do here is fair use because we are changing things enough and like providing commentary. But fine, the music is yours, not mine. I don't own it. But like, then let me change it. So like, look at this. If I were to go to settings, I know someone's gonna kill me and I don't care. Audio, I can change the menu music here for this game, but you can't change anything else. And there used to be a way to change it where you could essentially like play music on Spotify, then mute it, and then your music would be muted. But you can't even do that now on Xbox, so it's like really frustrating because there's just no way to mute the audio like for the music, and then you can essentially spend like a long time playing the video, and then even if I didn't want to monetize it, fine, but like another company will come in and monetize it, and they'll run ads on my video, make you guys watch whatever ads they want you to watch, and they take the money for it. So it's like I'm working for them for free, and you have to sit through their ads for no reason. Like, it's hard to gauge what we're Let's Playing, is what I'm trying to say. What do you think about a Death of the Family game? Could be interesting. I don't know. I think it focuses heavily on Joker. I don't know if people really want that again, do they? Like, seems like people are really tired of Joker-centric stories. Do I think they would do a Green Arrow game? I think we're finally at the point where Green Arrow has the brand recognition that I don't know why they wouldn't. But it's hard to say. Jason, oh, just one last question. Dude, you can ask as many questions as you want. I don't mind. Do you think Black Mask was underused in Arkham Origins, and what would his role be if there were another Arkham game with him as its villain? I think he was severely underused. Yeah, totally. I think it was kind of sad, like, what happened. I love the Joker twist stuff, but they really screwed over Black Mask. I think that if they were to do another one, they would have to do it from, like, a crime family boss style type thing, in order to make it work. More grounded, more like noir type storytelling. I think they could do that with him. Spaghetti Man, what is the biggest bra moment you've ever had? Okay, all right. My biggest bra moment I've ever had was I went to prom with a girl. It was like a personal life story. It has nothing to do with video games. I went to prom with a girl who pretended that she liked me. Like, so she used to be into me, and then I was into her, and then she wasn't into me anymore, and she pretended that she was, So I would ask her to prom, and then when we got to prom, she ditched me completely and hung out with her friends. She just didn't want to have to go to prom alone and be like a loser, was how she like thought of it. And so then I just spent the whole night by myself. So there you go. The bigger bra moment of that. I had to drive her home, dude. Like, this chick, she ditched me, and then she's like, so you're gonna drive me home? What? Are you serious? What is this? And then she messaged me on Facebook, like 2 years later, apologizing. And it's like, dude, like, I'm over it. I'll forgive you for it. But holy crap, you were a garbage individual. And I don't get why you're, like, seeking my forgiveness now when we're in college. Like, you treated me like dirt. Mr. Vernon, wow, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That means a lot, and I really appreciate the super chat. This is the last of what I have to give. But how did I grow my channel? What did I change? So first off, thank you so much for the support. It helps me so much. What did I change? I stopped doing just Let's Plays, and the reason for that is because there is such an overabundance of them on YouTube. Like, if you are making content and everybody else is doing what you're doing, like, I'm sorry, even if you're doing it the best, which I wasn't, but let's say you are, it's so hard to break through and get people to see what you're doing. It's just impossible. So I started looking at, like, what did I care about? Like, I got out of college, and I was like, I don't really know if I want to use this degree or not, but I care about analytical thinking. And I sort of thought about what some other people do, like MatPat with game theory, and, like, more analytical videos. Reviews, analytical stuff, and I looked at, like, reviews. I tried doing some reviews, like my review of Ultimate Alliance 2, and I was like, yeah, this isn't really going anywhere. Like, nobody's really seeing this, because just naming something Ultimate Alliance 2 review, again, oversaturation. So I tried to find a niche of something that not everyone was calling their videos. I tried to take a look at specific things. And as we've gotten, I focused hardcore on just Batman, right? And then as we've gotten bigger, I've branched out a little bit more to other stuff. Like, we're sitting here in a live stream playing Halo Reach. That's not Batman. And I'm sure that, like, there's a lot of people not interested in it because of that, but I'm interested in it, and all of you guys are. It's the same thing with Infamous. Like, there was a big portion of people who were kind of not interested in it, but we were. And then I just didn't get rid of that core stuff. I mean, like, just because I branched out, it wasn't like, okay, well, screw Batman, I'm done. It was like, okay, well, I love Batman to death. I'm going to do this other stuff to spice it up and make it interesting for people while continuing to focus on this thing. That's what I would recommend for you. Find your niche is such an overused thing, but it really is true. Max Stoney, why the sad face? F to pay respects. I appreciate that. Donovan, what is the dumbest decision Batman made in each of the Arkham games in your opinion? I guess Arkham Asylum not walking Joker straight to his cell. Arkham City letting his guard down around Joker. Arkham Origins, he almost let himself kill a couple people.
Detonated. Game over.
And Knight refusing to let people help him. Like, I think that's a pretty big whoopsie from Batman, is that he doesn't let people help him at all. And it's something to learn. Like, there's a lot of characters like this, by the way, guys. Like, and this is a bit of a life lesson. I'm this way too. Letting people help you is not a weakness. And I think Batman tries to keep people out of his way from getting hurt, and also because he thinks he should be able to carry the burden on his own. But, like, nobody can. Nobody can carry all their burdens on their own. And you should not be afraid to rely on your friends and trust people. I think that's probably his biggest overarching weakness in the whole series, is his refusal to trust anyone but himself. Arkham Osman can't donate in the region that you live in, but wanted to stop by and say that you definitely are one of my favorite creators on the site. And if you could answer this, the opinion on Batman Who Laughs. Well, hey, thank you. The donation thing is not the most important thing. It's your support, which I really appreciate. My opinion on Batman Who Laughs, I think he's a great character. I'm not caught up on him. I'd love to read more about him. Praz, do I like children? No, as as like, am I okay with kids? Sure, but like, I don't have much of an interest in them. Royal Mitchell, Jay, are you a liberal? No. I mean, I guess I'm more centrist than anything. I think that people are way too divided now. I think it's silly. I think it's very silly. Just how, like, unhappy people are. Everybody's, like, unhappy and, like, everybody wants to fight all the time.
Griffball.
Sorry, guys, just moderating chat a little bit.
Taken.
Yeah, please don't get political. I agree. I think that at the end of the day, it's like, you have your beliefs. No one's going to change them. That's kind of where we're at in, like, the world in general. And it's like, it's better to care, but, like, not fight about it. It's just not worth it. I mean, like, I've seen families get torn apart by it. It's stupid. Spaghetti Man, have you played Injustice? Yes, I have. I really like it. Really like it. Suck at fighting games. I'm going to back out of this. I feel bad for quitting, but I'm so bad at Griffball. And I know that, yeah, it's a penalty, whatever. But I need to get out of there and actually play something I can play that's not terrible for you guys to watch. Sorry, not endorsing quitting out of stuff. But let's turn off Griffball because it's just, I'm too terrible. I'm assuming that's in Action Sack. Or, oh no, that's that one. Okay. Let's do that. Do I stream on Twitch or just here? I just stream here for now. I think that it's better to keep my audience in one spot for now. Oh, that's right, because I quit. So I have to wait a couple minutes. Or I have to wait a minute. So let me just answer questions. Jordan, what's my favorite weapon in Halo? I love the sword, and I love the... what was it? The original Magnum in Halo 1. That was great. Braden, if you played Injustice 2, what do you think of the gear system? Love the gear system. I think it's fantastic. I think that it's a bit of a shame. Oh, nice. Okay, we're back. I think it's a bit of a shame that it was a turnoff to some people, though, because of its stat increases and how you could bring those online in a lot of modes that people played. But there was a way to get around that, too, and not do that. Donovan, how did Batman survive after City if he never got the antidote? Well, he did get the antidote. Remember, he used it. He used the one serving, I don't know what you call it, on himself, and the other one broke, didn't it? Like, he partially used it, but it didn't really cure him. It just prolonged it. Am I a fan of Legend of Zelda? Yes. Legend of Zelda is great. I don't have a Switch, though, but I would love to get one soon and be able to play Breath of the Wild and some stuff like that. Who is a better fighter, Cap or Nightwing? I think Cap is shown to be a better fighter, isn't he? Like, I'm not talking about movie Cap, I'm talking about comics Cap. I mean, the dude lays out Spider-Man during the original Civil War run in the comics. What didn't work, Madanui? Oh yeah, it didn't. Oh, the cure. Yeah. Yep. Favorite Bat Family member? I think I answered this a little bit earlier, but in case anyone joined up more recently, definitely Jason Todd after Batman. If you're gonna ask my least favorite, by the way, I think it's Damian Wayne. I know he started to get better in comics, but like, it's just hard to care. He was so unlikable for so long. Does anyone have any more questions? We've slowed down a little bit. I thought the cure was for the poisoning, but not the Joker disease. Well, I think they were both the same thing. Wow. Apparently, I should pay more attention to the game. Okay. Alright, I will answer questions again in a minute. Let's pay attention to this. I definitely hope everybody here is having a good day today. I would like to make this more of a a more common thing if it's something that's interesting to people. Like, I would like to stream maybe once a week, something like that. I don't know how much I would have time to do more than that. Wow, I'm sucking. Favorite Robin as Robin is Tim Drake. For sure. Alright. I feel so out of practice on this. So guys, I'm probably going to stream for a little less than an hour 20 minutes. Probably like an hour 15 minutes, and then call it an evening. I'm going on a trip this weekend, so I need to get ahead on editing. Have I watched Red vs. Blue? Yeah, actually I did. I watched the first 5 seasons. That's where I stopped. Dang it, I'm really doing terrible here. I don't think I've gotten a kill this match. Yeah, I guess everybody has those matches. Oh my gosh. Pay attention. Pay attention, dude. Well, okay, I guess it didn't matter. I should stream and play the Arkham games. I will do that soon. I really just need a break sometimes from the Arkham games because I play them so much for the channel. What do I think about the new Star Wars trilogy? I think 7 is one of the best Star Wars movies ever made. I think 8 is the opposite. I think it's not horrendous. Like, it's not a bad movie on its own, but like in terms of being a Star Wars movie, it's not good. And I think I actually like how they did Luke in that movie, but I don't like much else. Pizza or sandwiches? Pizza. Dude, every time. What the hell? Ah, I can't even spawn in without dying. Pizza's the answer always. To every question. Come on, show up. Dang it. Do I think it is mentally possible to learn and know everything he knows? What, Batman? Maybe? Well, Batman, I mean, he knows a lot, but it's more like being able to figure stuff out. I mean, the fighting styles, sure. You hate The Last Jedi? A lot of people do. Do I play Mortal Kombat? A little. MK9's the last one I played. I haven't played since then. I was really bad.
Game over.
Well, I'm glad that ended. That was just a brutal beatdown. Holy cow. Have I ever watched Batmetal? I watched it after you guys recommended it. Have I played Fallout 76? I ignored it. Any thoughts on Halo Infinite? Looks good? I hope. 5 sucked. 5 was really bad. And really disappointing to me. Really, really disappointing. Terrible story. I think 5 has the worst story in any of them. The gameplay of the multiplayer is just riddled with microtransactions. Worst firefight in the entire series. Just everything. All right, let's back out of this. Let's go back to what is it? Firefight for just a little bit. Just because I feel like otherwise you guys are having to sit through total garbage gameplay. Let's see, somewhere bigger. Let's do Overlook. That's pretty classic. All right, what other games am I going to do 5 things for? Oh, by the way, Praz, yo. What other things am I going to do 5 things for? I would say Injustice, the Battlefronts, some other Spider-Man and Batman games, other superhero games. I'd like to do both the Infamous games, just stuff like that. Did I like the BioShock games? I only played the first one and I loved it. Yeah. That one I loved. If they haven't shown Jason Todd flashbacks at night, telling us who the Arkham Knight is, do I think there would be a mystery to who the Arkham Knight is? Yeah, I mean, I think there would be then. But the problem is that because Jason was never shown in the games, then it would be even more off the wall that it's him.
Firefight.
We need to hold this area.
They really made a mistake by not showing him ever before that.
Set, start. Tough luck. On.
If I played The Last of Us, I should do that next. You know, I haven't played The Last of Us in years. I thought it was so linear, like it kind of annoyed me. I didn't feel like I had any player choice or like in how I played it even. So that kind of frustrated me. But I would be willing to go back to it and give it another shot. Maybe it was just me at the time. Maybe my opinion on it would have changed by now. I don't know. I know everybody loves Last of Us, so that's kind of a... that's just a me thing. Do I like Skyrim graphics? I love Skyrim. Before my dad passed away, that was like the game we played together. That and Halo Reach, actually. All the time. Praz, €1. Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. How do I think the new Bat Family game is going to work? So, like, let's just assume it's real for a second without anyone getting super, like, triggered about it. I guess I would think that it's overhyped in terms of what people are thinking it's going to be. I think that essentially it's going to be, like, not every member of the Bat Family. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Sophia, why do you hate your life? There's a lot to enjoy. Come on. I'm telling you right now, guys. As someone who... I feel like I bring it up too much, but as someone who has had, you know, depression issues, stuff like that, things are always worse in your head than they are in real life, unless you're, like, in a war zone, literally. Am I an Uncharted fan? I answered that sort of earlier, not really. I like the jumping mechanics. And the shooting's solid. I wish there was more of a game there, like more... less like, oh, I'm going up this one wall and I have to jump up it this specific way, and more like, how do I want to traverse the map? How am I going to tackle this situation? I didn't feel like there was much of that in that series. And, I don't know, sort of pulled me out of it a little bit. United Thrive, I hate my wife, I'm lying. I don't have one. I hope you don't hate your wife. That's a miserable life to live. Happy wife, happy life, am I right? Maybe that's a sexist thing to say now, I don't know. How mad were you that Deathstroke's fight in Arkham Knight was a tank battle? I guess I was more sad than mad. Just annoyed. Just tired of it. I'm just tired of, like, Arkham Knight's garbage crap that, like, it puts on the player of, like, we put the Batmobile in here like you asked, now you better use it. Like, over and over and over again. But, like, people wanted the Batmobile. A car. Thank you, you're the best YouTuber ever. Give me something to live for. Well, hey, Praz, thank you very much. That means a lot. I appreciate it. I hope you have more to live for than just me making crappy garbage commentaries, though. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot more to life. A lot of reasons to be happy, things to find. If I knew in high school, like, just how much better things would get as soon as I was out of there, even, just as an example, I would be very different. Lego Plays, you are awesome, Jay. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Just want to say I'm a fan of the channel. Thank you. I'm a fan of you. I appreciate it. Guys, again, you guys, by supporting what I do, allow me to live one of my dreams, which is not to be idolized, which is not to be anything other than a person, but to be someone who can make stuff you enjoy. Getting choked up. My mod Jordan in here being a great, awesome guy. Oh, hey, hey, so here's the thing. 10 more minutes, I'm going to stream, then I have to go. Why is my throat dying? Just a second. Wow, guess I'm not used to this. Another 10 minutes, I'll stream, then I have to go. I live with my mom right now, and ever since my dad passed, and so I actually would like to have dinner with her and stuff, and we have to plan this trip we're going on soon for a few days. Looking forward to Series X. Yes, I am. I'm sure that since I'm a big chump, I will end up buying both the Series X and the PS5, and building a PC, because this is kind of my life. Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, here's the thing. So, last 10 minutes here, and then I'm going to go. I think there's been some confusion on the Discord, like, in terms of, like, people thinking we don't have one. We do. Here's the thing with the Discord. Like, it's connected more to the Reddit. Like, but the people on the Reddit are there from the channel. So if you have any interest in joining a Discord that, like, me and the mods and a lot of members of the community are part of, there is a link to that over on the Reddit. On the Degenerate J Reddit. It's all one word. It's spelled just like my channel name, but no spaces. And if you go to the Reddit, you don't have to join it, but I would love it if you do. Over on the right, there is actually in the information about the sub, there is the link to the Discord. Then when you join the Discord for the Reddit, just to run you through this once, there will be information about what to do, approval for roles, stuff like that. But if you have any interest in being part of a smaller community like that, that's there for you. And I do try to answer stuff on there. I'm one person, so I answer everything I can. Alright.
Triple kill.
Also, you guys will have to tell me, like, maybe, is it better to set this for low latency next time so you guys are seeing what I'm seeing earlier? Because I'm noticing there's, like, a 30-second delay in what I'm doing. I didn't know it was quite that much. So, maybe there's a way to change that you guys know of. Maybe there's not. I don't know.
Killing spree.
Alright. I'm noticing the chat's flying out of the corner of my eye, so let's just stand there and let me die.
Reinforcements.
Arkham, I totally understand depression. Completely. Let me just let you know you're not alone in that. Way more people suffer from it than you think. Just like Jordan's saying. And I think that it's a lot easier when you realize that. It doesn't make it go away. Mine was really exacerbated. Is that how you say exasperated? By the passing of my dad. It sort of onset into insomnia. Like, I'm not able to sleep right anymore, really. I'm not tired, emotionally distancing myself from other people. And it's harder when you try to talk about it. There's always some asshat who will say something to you like you just want attention, or you're milking it, or stuff like that. I've even gotten that on YouTube when I bring it up from certain people. And what I can tell you is those people are miserable pieces of garbage half the time, and the other half the time they're just people like us trying their best who don't get it. There's people who really try to push the envelope on that and make you feel bad, and you can't let them. The way I always thought of it for myself was if I ever were to act on my depression, I would be letting all of the people who ever crapped on me win, and I was not willing to do that ever. So I think that that's something that you have to try to think about. Even if it's a pride thing, you just have to think about that, because there's a lot of bad people and there's a lot of good people. Exasperated? Yeah, that means acted up on. It's like it was stressed. Made worse. Yes, Jordan, you were right. If you have trouble finding Discord, you can find it on the Reddit. But please remember, the Reddit, it's interesting because the Reddit's linked to this and the Discord's linked to that. The Discord is not linked to the channel, but we still talk about channel stuff there. A lot. But it's not like a channel-specific Discord. A lot of stuff. A lot of people have become friends over there who hang out. I mean, I know a member of the Discord community who's a good pal of mine, Degenerate Drake. He had one of his, I think he had his last band concert of December today. And we were talking about that on Discord. Just stuff like that. Life updates, things we can talk about. Oh, Fire Gaming, sorry for your loss. Thank you. I really appreciate it. and I know people mean that. It's one of those things that, like, you know, it just takes time. A lot of things take time, and I think that we can... Trying to, like, explain it without sounding like a Hallmark card, it's like you can either tough it out and deal with it, or you can let it completely consume you, and I'm probably somewhere in the middle on that. I really try, but YouTube's been a great outlet for me. Like, guys, if you are going through stuff, find creative outlets. Like, don't just sit in your room and play a video game for 6 hours. Like, and I know that I play video games a lot, but I make something of it, right? Like, I make videos, I try to be analytical, I use it to think. And I also use it to just enjoy. But, like, you can't just bury yourself in entertainment and nothing else. You have to find people, surround yourself with people who care about you. You have to find outlets that make you happy, whether that's watching, you know, like entertainment that somebody makes and being part of a community, not me. You can, but I mean anybody. A channel that really made me feel happier, like that I'm going to shout out here that's wildly successful, is Funhouse. Their comedy, you know, and the lineup's changed a little bit, but like just the guys there and the ladies being real quality people really helped me a lot. And it's really weird to me whenever anyone says that I'm helping them in that way. Like, it's just nuts. Yeah, Arkham, I get it. I mean, I don't, but I do. It's just like we all have our own. It's tough. We all have our own like battles we have to fight, and you have to find people that you can rely on. It's just hard though, because when people like betray your trust in any way like that, it's just hard to open up again. But you have to do your best to do so. I was listening to a YouTuber today, and I listen to a lot of them when I'm working, and something they said that really struck home to me was that we all, like, with the absolute terrible trauma we go through, we have like a responsibility to try and seek help and to try and get better. And it's so much easier not to. It's so much easier to just like bury yourself in it and not care anymore and be like, well, you know, it happened, I'm screwed up, like, oh well. And we're doing ourselves a disservice if we do that. So like it's that's what's hard, is to like to find that help without I don't know how to say it, because I'm definitely not saying tough it out, because that's not the point, but it's like we have to try to get better and try to find things that are worth, you know, waking up for and being happy about. And I guarantee you that however bad things are now for anybody, there's always the capacity for it to get better. Mr. Vernon, I love listening to you destroy the people who hate on your content. You know, I think I've been kind of petty with that, so I'm going to try to back off of it, because I'm sure most of those people are nice people. I just get tired of it. I get tired of negativity all the time. I get enough of it at my other jobs that I don't need it online from people I don't know. Probably don't need to be as petty and direct as I've been with it, though, I think. I think at a certain point that would be overdoing it. Sophie Fife, are you calling me baby doll? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm in just jeans and a black t-shirt right now. I don't feel like Bay material, but hey, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. Can I do 5 things for Assassin's Creed Origins? I would love to do the Assassin's Creed games if that interests you guys. Hey, answer a question for me. Do you like the polls we've been doing? Do you like that way of gauging what you're interested in? I've heard you use the term continuity a lot. What does that mean? Continuity is like canon. It's like a timeline of how a story happens, what is considered real and in-universe, and what is considered not important, doesn't matter, or doesn't fit. So here's an example. Star Wars. The continuity changed when Disney bought it. They switched over from the original continuity, which was like everything was canon, to now just stuff since Disney bought it was canon. So the continuity changed. And now there's the Legends canon or continuity, which is everything before that. YouTube is a very complicated platform for content creators. I usually stream Twitch for that reason, though I'm not popular. I just do it because it's something I enjoy personally. Yeah, Ofire, I agree. A lot of these platforms are hard. Twitch has its own problems, I think, too. I mean, like, they sort of selectively enforce rules with creators a lot, and have some issues there. The polls are good. Thank you, Jordan. I feel like you're biased since you're a, since you're a mod, but I appreciate that. Yes, more yes manning, please. How great am I? No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad people are liking the polls, if that's true. I'm everywhere. Me too. Love the polls. Glad to hear that. Did I answer, can Nightwing beat Cap? I don't think he can. But I suppose it depends on the point in his career. Like, New 52 Nightwing's very different. Alright, I'm going to back out of this. Let's answer a couple more questions, then I'm going to end the live stream. I think it will catalog it. And archive it, I hope. Can I do a versus battle series on my channel with, like, what, characters? I think Death Battle does that much better than I ever could. You may join the Discord now. Well, hey, check it out over on the Reddit. That's awesome. Okay, here's a real question. Royal Mitchell, Jay, do you think Daisy Ridley is hot? Bruh. Yeah? Who doesn't? I mean, who's interested in women doesn't think Daisy Ridley's hot? She is like Bay material. She's amazing. You can feel however you want about the Rey character, but dude, that British accent, just her in general, cute face, just great all-around package, humble human being, not ridiculously political to the extent where, like, she just alienates everybody. Looking at you, Captain Marvel. You know, I love her. Absolutely. I think she's in a relationship already, though. Maybe when we hit a mill, I can hit up Daisy Ridley. Maybe she'll stoop to YouTuber level. I doubt it, though. Who is my favorite Marvel character? Spider-Man. Montanui, no comment. Is that no comment on Daisy Ridley? Look, I got a lot of comments on Daisy Ridley, but I'm trying to keep this borderline family friendly, okay? Royal Mitchell, your friend's an idiot. I'm sorry. Her forehead is not too big. That is God's creation, that forehead, okay? I'm just telling you. I'm just spitting facts how it is, guys. I gotta lay down the law here. Who would I like to see be the main villain of the next Spider-Man movie? How about a good Venom? Or not Green Goblin. Just not Green Goblin. We've had too much of him. I don't know what that emoji means. Shots fired on Brie Larson. Yeah, dude, every day. One of the highest viewed videos on this channel is just me crapping on Brie Larson. And the Captain Marvel character. She's just so unlikable. I don't get how anyone can like her. Like, look at Gal Gadot. Compare her with Brie Larson. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's nothing likable about her. She's confrontational in every interaction, it seems like. She's always looking for a fight. She's looking to alienate audiences. You know what one of the first rules of business is? Don't alienate your audience. Like, so let's say I go on this live stream, right? And I'm like, I don't know. Anyone who didn't watch my Spider-Man 3 traumatic trash video is an idiot, and I don't want you here. Like, if I were to say that, I've just alienated, like, a huge portion of my audience because maybe they just weren't interested in that thing. Why am I doing that? That's a terrible business model. It's a terrible way to operate a community. It's a terrible way to act as a human being. I mean, even if you're a bad person, it's just a bad financial choice, like, as an actress. Like, it's to the point where, like, half of the audience now has associated bad behavior with Brie Larson's movies. There's compilation clips of how cringe she is. It's too much. Jordan, Gal Gadot's a national treasure. Gal Gadot is a world treasure. She's a universal treasure. if we had to pick an ambassador of Earth, I'm picking her. Phasma is not hotter than Daisy Ridley. What are you talking about? Have I ever played Blackham? Wow. Batman Arkham Blackgate. Which maybe that's shortened to that. That would be its acronym. Only a little. Never beat it. Okay, guys, I am going to stop the live stream here just because my throat's raw and I need to go have dinner and stuff like that. I'm thinking next week we'll do this again with a different game, but I need to see. Hey, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats as well, and just showing up and hanging out means the world to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll check out tomorrow. We are going to be putting up the 5 things Infamous 1 did wrong. Definitely needs your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. As I close this out and I struggle. See you, everybody.